This news hit a couple days back, more like 4 to be exact. Nope, 3, forgive me. Analysts cut EA's profit estimates after social media uproar about Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the fact that the game sold, I don't know, a quarter of what Call of Duty World War II sold, which is kind of sad because Call of Duty World War II, from what I'm hearing, it's the same shit, and there's loot boxes in that too. It's sad. You know, it really is. It's like, you got something as shitty as EA's Battlefront 2, but the microtransactions were so bad, turned people off so much that Call of Duty outshined it, which is sad, because that game is just so rehashed to death. Anyway, the analysts were also saying that Battlefront 2 could make as much as $100 million next year if they just brought back those damn microtransactions, which theoretically they believe EA will do next year. And in all honesty, I have a feeling EA will bring back microtransactions because it's just too big of a piece of pie to leave on the table. There's just no way that they could avoid it. Their love for greed and money is just insatiable. It can't be denied. They'll repackage it the second the uproar dies down, in hopes of the people that are in the install base will buy it, and also in hopes that they keep up the goodwill, if you want to call it that, with the free DLC that expands the single player story and crap right around the time of the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. I think it comes out tomorrow. So they hope the movie will come out, the parents will sit there and go, oh, little Bobby loved the Star Wars. I'm gonna go get him that little game for his PS4.
He's got some balls and some cock.
And then, you know, as soon as January hits after the new year, everybody's got their resolutions in their mind on different things, especially with net neutrality getting repealed. People will probably be more focused on that than the shenanigans of EA, and whoop-de-doo, bing-de-bing, bang, boom, microtransactions are back. As the controversy subsides in post-holiday, we expect investors' interest to pick up ahead of the strong FY19 title slate. Renewed digital optimism and operating leverages potential. EA has had a challenging calendar during the fourth quarter, beginning with the shutdown of Visceral Games and now Battlefront 2. The Post wrote to clients on Monday, but their silver lining for EA's Battlefront 2's poor reception sets the company's fiscal 2019 timeline up for some big upswing, especially with games like Anthem and the next Battlefield game on the way. That brings us to, you know, I'm just going to say it here real quick before I move into it. The next Battlefield game is rumored to be Bad Company 3. At first, I was like, holy shit! And then I remembered it's EA. And then I was like, holy shit. Supposedly, this news was leaked by someone on Reddit, and it was the same guy that leaked the Battlefield 1 was going to be World War 1 back in March of 2016. So it comes from a somewhat credible source, supposedly. And usually when these rumors pop out, 8 out of 10 times they're true. From my experience reading rumors and whatnot. Hold on, the puppy's trying to eat my lunch. No, Poppy, you can't have Daddy's lunch. Daddy's lunch is... You're gonna die when you hear this, people. I'm having fake crab meat, right? This has nothing to do with the game, but you know who gives a shit? I'll do what the fuck I want on my channel. I'm having fake crab meat that was best experienced before the year 2015. It's been frozen for years and it's expired. And you're like, Gundam, what the fuck are you doing with this? When my aunt died, I inherited this vintage crab meat. It tastes funny. You can taste the flavors. But seriously, my mouth does taste very odd. I'll probably have to brush my teeth and shit if I don't die from food poisoning. So let's move on with this stupid... That wasn't supposed to happen. And I quote once again, Battlefield 2's MTX is likely to return next year. Perhaps the biggest stock negative from the Battlefront 2's MTX issues is the potential negative impact for the FY19, I guess fiscal year of 2019, MTX revenues. That said, even with the 12 million in total units sold, an average of $10 of MTX per game sold, Battlefront 2 could still make over $100 million in MTX. So they're theoretically saying, because, okay, I get it now, because I was reading some other stuff, and I know this sounds a little bit like jargon. Some of this fucking Wallstreet crap confuses me too. The 12 million units, which it says just 12 MN, I'm guessing 12 million units. They also said in another article that analysts were assuming EA would sell 2 million less units than what they originally perceived they would, which I think is a very generous estimate. So the original idea was Battlefront 2 is going to sell 14 million. So now they're pretty sure it's going to sell 12 million, even though right now it's only sold 800. Really? Tweaktown, you motherfucker? even though they only sold 880-some thousand units thus far. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe they know something I don't. With that said, they're under the assumption 12 million units sold and the average of $10 a game unit. So they believe everyone who buys Star Wars Battlefront 2 will spend at least $10 on microtransactions, therefore netting EA at least $100 million. This is all hypothetical, very optimistic opinions from these Wall Street guys who must think we're all fucking sheeple. The focus on MTX on cosmetics, we're just gonna say loot boxes for that shit. We will see some room for skins such as lightsabers and blaster colorization, vehicle appearance modifications, and potential hero costumes from different scenes, events in the movie. Like I already stated in my last EA video, God knows I made so many, about a week or two ago, I was pretty much under the assumption that most likely EA would make skins because it was leaked that they made skins. They just haven't implemented them yet, and people would then have to buy loot boxes in order to get the skins they hope they could grab, and that would be the way they'd bring back loot boxes in a sense of where people would still defend it. Because you know how it is, you talk about loot boxes and then the Overwatch fans go, hey, they're just cosmetic, you son of a bitch. So EA's hoping they can hop on that, hey, it's just cosmetic, you son of a bitch bandwagon. Supporting heroes to unlock purchase, locking iconic heroes like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker upset the player base, but rolling out new supporting heroes from the comics and movies will likely see less pushback. Also, players may be more open to purchasing loot boxes versus grinding additional currency later in the game lifecycle. Integrated visible collectible, other games have created visible but subtle collectible items available with achievements, currency, or loot boxes, i.e. virtual companions, pets. Yeah, great. I hope I can get a little Ewok in my next loot box for Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the future. Single player downloadable content, EA could introduce expansions to the single player campaign, driving additional players to spin without fragmenting the multiplayer universe. They've already started doing that. Now, this article also hinted at a Battlefield coming out in 2018. Or was it 2019? Whatever. The rumor is it's going to be Battlefield Bad Company 3. Even if you look at WCCF Tech, they don't have much to say about it. Battlefield Bad Company 3 might become a reality in the fall of 2018. This according to YouTuber Almighty Dak, who already leaked Battlefield 1 ahead of its announcement. In a new video posted yesterday, Almighty Dak reveals that the Battlefield Bad Company 3 is the Battlefield game that DICE is preparing to launch in 2018. To begin with, he said that there won't be any loot box shenanigans we've recently seen in DICE's Star Wars Battlefront 2, which...
Hey guys, my name is Almighty Dak, and I'm bringing to you guys again another Battlefield leaked insider information video. This time it's regarding the Battlefield game slated to be released in 2018. Game title, Battlefield Bad Company 3. Personally, I'm surprised, but excited that this is the direction that EA and DICE seem to be going. Game setting. Various locations across a campaign revolving around mid and post-Vietnam conflict. This does include Cold War affiliations and is not entirely historically accurate. Game modes. Conquest. Classic Battlefield style Conquest, Capture Flag, Defend Flag, Rush. The bread and butter of the Bad Company franchise. Operations. Fan favorite, great mix of Conquest and Rush. Domination, TDM. There are no brainers that they're going to be involved in this game. They're both extremely popular game modes. And a 5v5 centric game mode similar to Squad Obliteration. Gunplay. Vietnam and Cold War era guns. Customization of guns rivals Battlefield 4, so for the most part it's really extensive. Customization. Improved customization of character, gun, vehicle models, unlike Battlefield 1, similar to that of Battlefield 4. Vehicles. The reintroduction of modern tanks, LAVs, and helicopters. Kits. Assault, Engineers, Support, Recon. Microtransactions. Battlefield Bad Company 3 is not following in the steps of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Looking at the potential of battle packs, much like Battlefield 4, but this could be entirely scrapped due to the controversy following Star Wars Battlefront 2.
A Vietnam game would be cool, honest to God, but I highly doubt DICE could make a Vietnam game that was as enthralling as Rising Storm Vietnam. That shit gives you PTSD. But in all honesty, I wouldn't mind seeing Bad Company 3 at all. I hope they add destructible environments because I haven't really seen much of that in a while. Battlefield 1 didn't really bring it home for me. But on the other hand, EA's still involved. And do we trust EA? Do I trust EA? Hell no. I don't trust EA like I don't trust Ajit Pai. But time will tell if they've learned anything. I mean, with the recent backlash of Battlefront 2, EA would be damn stupid to repeat the same mistakes they've made with Star Wars Battlefront 2. But then again, it's EA. Damn dog biting the microphone, please forgive me. In the sense of, Battlefront 2 had a huge backlash. Need for Speed had the same sort of microtransaction BS. And UFC 3 is even worse than Battlefront 2. So really, when you think about it, oh god, who knows the hell with it? I just can't even wrap my mind around it. I'm not even gonna think about Bad Company 3, because odds are if it happens, it won't live up to the hype. Who am I kidding? Gaming has been going slowly down the drain. PUBG won a Game of the Year award, and the damn thing plays like a fucking slideshow on Xbox sometimes. And on that note, I'm getting the hell out of here. Rate, comment, subscribe if you so choose to, if not, to hell with it. I mean, I can't ask anyone to give more of a shit than me in the age of apathy. In the age of where literally the FCC can see millions of people go, no, we don't want net neutrality rolled back. And the FCC goes, eat a dick, we'll do what we want. You know, how can I ask anybody to care? The world just makes you so completely and utterly disenfranchised with it. Everything just seems rotten now, and there's so little we can look towards with some sort of hope, optimism, or joy. And that's sad that that's the world we currently live in. Polarized mess of just douchebaggery everywhere you turn. And all you're hoping for is just a mere moment of beauty and brevity. Something that not only reminds you you're alive, but expands your imagination or thoughts exactly on what is existence in the human mind. What the hell do I know, right? If you so choose to follow me, remember, every one of you behind me makes my voice louder in an industry full of shills, sellouts, and fence riders. Believe me, you have no idea how much it means to me and how far all of you have brought me. If I have seen far, it's because I stood on the shoulder of giants. I know this has nothing to do with EA anymore, I'm just pontificating. My gratitude for everyone that's subscribed to me. Because without any of you, no one listens to me. This is probably the only worthwhile thing I have left to do anymore. So thank you. Thank you all. Just in case, the internet becomes super expensive, then fuck it. I'm getting off the net. I'm going back to racing motorcycles. The hell with this shit.